Hello, it's Janine again, and welcome back to my channel. This week was a pretty big week for us. It was another milestone where we received our consent forms and we electronically signed them, and now we are good to go. So we got our consent forms yesterday morning, and I waited until I got home from work to even look at them so that way Kevin and I could go over them together. And basically there was 3 forms. The first one was just some basic information, wanted to know whose eggs we're using, whose sperm we're using, what method of insemination, because there's IVF, which is where they basically put egg and sperm together and see what happens. And then there's ICSI, which is where they inject a sperm into the egg. We're doing ICSI, and so that's our method. And then they wanted to know what our plan was for any unfertilized eggs. So we did decide to donate our eggs for research, unfertilized eggs, because after everything we've been through, we wanted to give back to the science community. The next form they sent was a little bit longer. It's basically about the process, the risks, and then your consent to move forward. So the process is, they're going to give you meds to mature your follicles. Then they're going to retrieve as many eggs as they can. Then they're going to look for the mature eggs and inseminate those. And then they're going to watch them grow to day 5 blastocyst. And then they'll biopsy and send off for genetic testing. Well, they'll biopsy, freeze, and then send the biopsies off for genetic testing. And then at a future date, we will start taking meds again so I can prepare my body for a transfer. And then we'll transfer. The next section kind of went over the different drugs that are possible. Since I haven't received my protocol yet, while I did read the section, but I didn't get too invested in it only because I don't know what my protocol is yet. I should be getting that by the end of the week. Oh wait, tomorrow's Friday. So hopefully I get it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then early next week. Yeah, so there's a lot of different options, different drugs, depending on what your needs are. And then I went over all the risks. So for me, they're definitely worried about ovarian hyperstimulation syndrome, which basically means that your ovaries get overstimulated, so you produce a lot of eggs. Because I have PCOS and I already have a high follicle count, it's something they'll definitely be monitoring to make sure that I'm not overproducing, because if you're making too many eggs, they're not going to be mature. So you just want to make sure you're making quality eggs. And then they went over the risk to the offsprings, risks to having multiple pregnancy, or risks of having multiples. And then they went over the psychological effects of IVF treatment. Yeah, I think that was about it on that form. And then there's the last form, which was the disposition of our embryos. So they ask a lot of hard questions, what would happen if I passed away, if Kevin passed away, if we both passed away simultaneously, if we decided to stop IVF, we didn't pay our storage fees, we hit the time limit, divorce. Yeah, so they asked a lot of tough questions, and for most of them, we did decide that we would donate any embryos to research. Again, just giving back to the community that makes this even possible. But there is the option in the future where we could go back and change our disposition, and that is something we're definitely considering, depending on our numbers and what we end up with when we're done having children, because I would like to give back to just the infertility community in general. Embryo adoptions, embryo donations, they're a big part of why some couples are able to conceive, and I would like to be able to help in that area if I can. So that's it with the consent forms. Now the next step is I just need to get my protocol so we can order our meds and then make sure that they get delivered to Arizona on time. And I've already scheduled all of my appointments for when I'm in Arizona. My first ultrasound and blood work is on Wednesday, November 26th, so the day before Thanksgiving. And I think I have 5 appointments before they'll start determining if I'm ready for egg retrieval. Kevin will actually go home from December 1st through December 7th because I'm actually going to be working remote, so it'll allow me to work remote, he can work remote, make sure our cats are okay, and then he'll come back on the Saturday before like anything would even happen for retrieval. And of course, if I was to respond earlier than that, then we'd have him come back right away, but I don't see him being gone for a week is probably okay. Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. That's what's going on. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe below, and then you'll get notified when I post our next update, which will probably be in the next week or week and a half. Thank you for watching.